Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Kulmeet Kunlas, and I'm a primary care physician in Central Florida. In this video, we will be discussing about exercise and how it can affect us, how beneficial it is, and then coming up with practical tips. I truly believe we all know all the good things what exercise can do, but I want to break it up and make it a little bit more interactive and understandable and bring it to our daily routine on day-to-day basis to get the maximum benefit of it. As you know, we take a connotation where we are sweating, we are doing in the sun, we are working out, and it involves physical discomfort. There's no question, whenever we do exercise, we must do at a level that there is some level of physical and mental discomfort, but it doesn't have to be that way. And we do not need to make this exercise as a chore where we are struggling all the time preparing for this thing is. We need to incorporate what exercise is intended to do into our day-to-day activity. First, let's set aside the modern connotation of exercise from being in the gym, suited up, sweating, pumping up iron, to evolutionarily what this exercise means. We are built to move, meaning evolutionary and our ancestors, when they have to eat, they have to go and hunt, collect, forage, and do all those activities which you did. And in all the information which we have currently on people or tribes in Africa, Malaysia, and Amazon, that those people do not do any voluntarily strenuous activities, but their lifestyle is so designed that they have to move, meaning they have to walk, run after their prey. So, evolutionarily, once they are fed, they rest and relax. That way, their activity is constant certain level of maintenance which they have to maintain, and then there is spurts of activity which they have to do in order to capture their prey for so that they could feed themselves and their family and tribe. Now things have changed evolutionarily. Now we could get food at a click of a button. We do not have to even go into our house fridges or pantry. We could write from our phone. We could push a button and Uber Eats or somebody will deliver the food, whatever is available in our countries. And so the whole dynamic has changed. So the food availability has come with a change in our physical activity. Further, rather than foraging and hunting, now we work on computers, which does not involve any kind of physical activity or which will help us to remain in shape both physiologically, structurally, our bone health, our cardiovascular health. So there is an evolutionary shift which we need to maintain and need to make sure that we are doing everything what we need to do to stay in shape. So the first lesson which we want to understand is, let's not equate movement with both mental and physical agony. We need to relate it to the point that it is a activity where it will help us to stay in shape. Now, there is not a system in the body which exercise does not or movement does not affect, right from head to toe. We know if we exercise, our neurons and brain cells work better, our muscles work better, our heart pumps good, kidneys filter good, our emotions are well controlled. In name any system of the body, that's where exercise has a positive connotation, a positive effect. Now, there has been a lot of debate. I asked this question last week to all of my patients, what the exercise mean to them when they say exercise, other than their mental agony that they have to do something which they are mentally don't want to do that. And evolutionary, we are not wired. We are not wired to exercise. We are made to move only when we have to move. And unfortunately, in our current day environment, we don't have to move. So it is in line with our evolutionary history, but it is becoming a problem for us, and that's why we are discussing it out. Once you say you want to do exercise, we need to understand what we are trying to accomplish. Exercise has four components. There are four cardinal goals which we must accomplish. Number one is the endurance. Endurance is your ability, your muscles' ability to continue to work and put out output so that you could maintain yourself in your home, your environment. That's called endurance. And usually it's related to what we call commonly aerobic exercises or cardiovascular health. Second is your muscle strength. Muscle strength is usually how strong your muscles are, how well developed they are. That is related to weight training or aerobic exercises. As we are aging in a population, we need to make sure that we maintain our balance. If you look at in United States nursing homes, about 90% of the patients over there are white women. Number one reason there is not because of cancers or heart attack or strokes. They are there because they tripped over, fell down, and their balance was not well maintained. And their bones were osteoporotic, and they fell down and broken their bones, and they end up in the nursing home. And then the fourth component of exercise is flexibility. Flexibility is the one which makes you to reach over, do whether it's combing your hair, cleaning yourself. Those are all are needed to maintain your activities of daily living. So four components or four goals which we are trying to do with exercise. The goal of this video is to come up with the plans which you could use at home that will help you to understand yourself, where you are, what are the needs are. Number one, your chest circumference. If your sizes are more than what is expected at your age, you have a problem. Especially in case of males, it's a lot more easy to, if you have male boobs and you have a problem. Second thing which you could do is your waist size. If you're a male and your waist size is more than 38, we have an issue. If you're a female, it's 36. Then hip, if you put a measurement around your hips and if you measure there, that also can give you indirect evidence that you have a problem. Then there are certain other exercises which we could do to check your flexibility. You lie down on a sofa and then you try to reach over your feet. If you are fully flexible and you're a male, you should be able to reach about 20 inches beyond your feet to test your flexibility. In case of females, they are naturally more inflexible than males, so it is 22. Then comes in is how to check your balance. Balance is very easy to put yourself, stand in a stable position where you could quickly grab something and then try to stand on one feet. If you could maintain your balance more than 45 seconds, you are in a good shape. Next, other test which you could do at home is 6-minute walk test. 6-minute walk test is you are sitting from wherever you are, get up, walk, and you should be able to walk 6 minutes without any respiratory or cardiovascular discomfort and without any muscle pain, and you keep yourself balanced. That will give you the another way to kind of test your balance. So you could test your muscular strength, your balance, and your flexibility right at home without going to gym, without any specific measurement do you need and all those things. These days, all of us have smartphones, and these smartphones have two parameters. First is how much we move. If you have a phone in your pocket or you have a smartwatch, it measures number of steps you take every day. By and large, to keep the thing simple, in all the studies, if you are less than 60 and your requirement, if you walk about 8,000 to 10,000 steps, you will remain both cardiovascularly, muscularly, balance wise, flexibility, very fit, and that will lead to long term cutting down all cause mortality, your chronic medical problem like diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension, arthritis, back pain, and your energy level. They all will improve if you do this one. If you are above the age of 60, then the requirement is between 6 to 8,000 steps. These are rough guidelines, but they correlate in all studies with your propensity to get sick or to get any kind of complications. So start activate on the each, whether it's a Samsung watch or a phone or a iPhone or any other. Just look it into the health app and activate that, and you will be able to get that reading. Smartwatches and certain iPhones, I know for sure, they measure two other parameters. One is called VO2 max. VO2 max is a concept where this thing is, it tells the efficiency of your body to use oxygen while you are exerting. Higher the number, the better is. This means your system is efficient to work, and your watch and your phone is automatically testing it. It's under a health watch, and if you do that, that will also give you a measure where do you stand when it comes to your cardiovascular health and all those part of it is. Then is the other part which they test is heart rate, HRV, heart rate variability. That is a measure of your autonomic nervous system, that how responsive your autonomic nervous system is, because that will help you to understand your stress level and how your body is reacting day to day to the stress level. So in your smartwatches and phones, I said how many steps you take. Number 2 is VO2 max. Number 3, you measure your heart rate variability, and that will help. Now, let's take this one further. Exercise affects all 5 domains of your body. If you exercise, not only the things which we have been talking, your endurance, your muscle strength, your balance and flexibility improves. When we exercise, the neurotransmitter dopamine, which is a reward center, which provides a sense of pleasure and reward. Next, serotonin, epinephrine, norepinephrine, and all other neurotransmitters, they go up in the body and they make you feel good. You feel rewarded, you feel more alert. That liveliness which you get after you've gone through the pain of exercising, that comes from those neurotransmitters, and they are very, very helpful. And I cannot stress the importance of this thing, because in my experience, based on the studies, I have people work out every day and have taken their anti-anxiety medications off, their antidepressant medications off, and they are living both fuller and richer life. Next comes in is when you exercise, because you make more memories, your recall is better, you perform intellectually better. So exercise also help you with your memory, your thinking, and what you think about. And then the socially, exercise, we are not using it properly. Evolutionary wise, if you look at the caveman or cavewoman, what we did, we hunted for food, gathered it around, had a bonfire, and what we did is we all either talked as a groups, tell stories each other, or we dance. And that's the thing which I want to come up with. The next thought process for you is dancing and music has been an intricate part of exercise, and we do not take this one very seriously. If you look at it, the way our movements are, our movement evolutionary are designed to be rhythmic. They are designed to be coordinated, not coordinated with you, coordinated with others. Say, for example, when two people are dancing and when their movements are so coordinated, you feel so good and you like that moment, because that's how we are wired. So dancing and music have shown significantly improve your propensity to do this part of it is. Further, when we exercise, there is a one of the major chemical which your body makes, which is called endocannabinoids. These days in United States, there is a big craze about marijuana and marijuana products, but your brain makes marijuana chemical in the brain from exercise. If you work out 30 minutes every day, your brain start producing everything what you consume in the form of a pill from a doctor or a marijuana specialist. They are called endocannabinoids, and that is the one which give you high. That's why with the people who exercise regularly, they are continuously engaged in exercise. They love it, they do it because they're getting that body, the chemical factory is making all those things. To get these benefits, both on physical health, your emotional health, your intellectual health, and to some degree, your spiritual health, you must exercise 30 minutes, minimum 5 days a week, preferably 7 days a week, because that is the level of exertion which correlates with your all the benefits which we have been talking about. Now let's come up with a plan of exercise and how we could gauge how much exercise we are doing at home. Say for example, we are complete couch potato and we're sitting there. Our body is still working, is still consuming energy, is still consuming oxygen. And once you are not doing anything, you're just resting comfortably in a sitting posture, your body, all the measurement, the amount of oxygen which your body is using to keep this body going in 1 minute, we call MET, MET. It's metabolic equivalent task. And that is a very standardized way in all the medical studies and electrophysiologists, they go with MET level. So if you are sitting there and not doing anything, you basically at MET 1. So from just sitting and being a couch potato, if you do anything at home, as I said in the beginning, our body is not designed to exercise. Our body is designed to move in a purposeful way when we have to. But our problem is present day amenities made it so easy that we don't do it, for either we don't want to do it or we have this one problem, this issue. So what I would say is anything which is beyond sitting, meaning say for example, you get up and wash your clothes, do laundry, you go and straighten out your closet, that will take you to MET 2 to 3, which we call mild activity or mild level of physical activity. And let's understand the impact of that. Just by not doing anything strenuous, just from sitting to doing, keeping your house clean and doing everything this part. Have we wondered why the ladies never used to get a heart attack and stroke in the past? Because if they were not working, they were busy straightening out the things and all those things. They were always in emotion. But now, why they are getting this thing is because culturally things have changed. So what has happened is it takes you to MET level of 2 and 3, which is like mildly strenuous activity. And that is shown to improve your mortality rate, meaning your chances of dying by 16%. It cuts down your level of developing heart attack, stroke, almost 60%. Just doing the things at home, not doing anything strenuous, but just doing more than what you are doing sitting in this one. You cut down the risk of developing your risk factors like diabetes, heart attack by almost 40 to 50%. You're getting out of your home, you're doing your yard work, you have some garden to care about. If you have all those things you added on top of that, you go to moderate level of physical activity. And that definitely kind of icing on the cake, because that will lower all cause mortality, all chronic risk factors and diseases more than what I have already told you. And if you become more strenuous, then you get a high level of activities. So to accomplish the medical benefits, you don't need to go to gym, you don't need to be jogging, you don't need to be running. Just do more at home. If you're just doing the things indoor, that's mild activity. If you get out and do a little bit more than that, that's moderate. And if you just crank it up, that's my high level of activity. If you do all these things over and above what you're doing today, that will lower all your risk factor. And that is what my goal of these sessions are, to come up with the practical to help this one is. Now let's talk about, actually the proof is in the pudding. There is not a day when I don't hear this kind of success story every day. I have people at advanced age in 80s who had bypass surgeries and they were totally bedridden with encouragement, proper safety at home, and their own will. The key component is their own will to get better. People have gotten a new leash on life. They are back to where they were before. So I guess the key component is not only knowing what we have, knowing doesn't get us anywhere. We need to make sure that we are doing something about that. So if you want to get better, even in 80s and above, people who have been totally bedridden, once they decide that they're going to do that, they start improving. What are the other things you could do? If you want to crank it up more, you could start bicycling, swimming, walking. Those will take you to moderate level of activity to med 6 and 7. And then if you go further, if you could push it further, that will take you to the green zone where you get all the benefits, and part of it is. Now, as a physician, in order to promote health, we don't spend that much time. And personally, as a physician, I'm guilty of that. I didn't spend enough time with my patients to guide them to this exercise programs or exercise daily routines which they could develop at home. But my problem was I was never trained. I was trained as a physician to take care of your disease. I was never trained to make you healthier, eat better, or exercise. Even though I have two children who are in medical school, and my wife is in medical school, I still check their curriculums. Still today, nobody teaches us. And we have to learn, unfortunately, from our own experiences and through hit and trial method, that these things are so effective. I have patients who have stopped 4 to 5 medications just by eating right and doing 30 minutes of some kind of activity. And that's so encouraging. Reason is for medication, minimum $300 to $400 saving. On top of that, side effects, all the complications and everything which goes along with it goes away. If you start exercising, it's equivalent to taking away 3 to 4 pills. Your blood pressure will goes down, diabetes get under control, your cholesterol will get better, you will not need your pain medication. You could get rid of antidepressant, anti-anxiety medication, you could sleep better. So all these things are properly helpful. So exercise is a medicine. And there is one more beautiful fact which kind of got my attention. And that was that if we work out 30 minutes every day, and it is scientifically calculated, your heart rate, the number of time heart is beating per minute, cuts down by almost 8 times per minute. And if you multiply over the year, basically the heart has to work 45,000 times less. If we go with any kind of connotation where we say our number of heartbeats are fixed, we could prolong them for a long time. And when the heart is beating slow, our heart can fill properly, can pump properly. That's how, when we end up with the exercise, we feel good, energetic, our muscle strength is improved. All those things happen because we are doing what we need to do to help this part of it is. So far we have covered what are the things you could do at home, what are the benefits are. But if you want to also use your health insurance benefits properly, we have such all insurances which in most of the places in the United States available and the rest of the part of the world. Every insurance has some kind of a health benefit which they want to promote you to exercise. In our area, like we have Silver Sneakers, it's a program which allows our patients who have Medicare to go to the gym. And it is estimated less than 1% of the patients who have this benefit use it. I would say you need to talk to your health insurance specialist and guide you to where you could go on your these benefits, and call your insurance. And they also have the gym membership. If they don't pay for full, they have subsidized rates for you, which could help. So use these opportunities to cut down the medications. That's why your health plan has it. They know that if you start exercising, they have to spend less money, you will be healthier, and everybody wins in that process. Now, I've been asked a lot of questions regarding exercise. I think few questions I have already answered it. The first question was how long I should exercise. According to CDC and WHO, is 30 minutes 5 times a week at moderate intensity, preferably 7. Then comes in is, does antidepressant help me with depression? Absolutely. I could tell you from my personal experience that exercise significantly improve your anxiety and depression, and it's estimated it is equivalent to taking those tranquilizer 3 times a day and also taking antidepressant medications. Further, exercise prevent fractures. Exercise prevents you to enjoy your life to the fullest in your own environment. See, the key here is to maintain ourselves in our own environment among our own people rather than dying in nursing home alone among strangers. And that is, I think, one of the biggest fear in my practice which we have. Like, nobody is more scared to be dying alone, and especially not at their home. So let's all join together and start doing these kind of work so that we get benefit out of it and do this one. In our practice, and I am seeing a trend now, more and more practices have started offering it. We have one part of our office we call Wellness Center, where we conduct yoga classes for our seniors, Tai Chi classes, some educational seminars. Very occasionally, nutritionists will come and do this one, and sometime me and my partners kind of put together some curriculum and do ongoing basis classes about your disease process or certain regular day to day what we could do to make each other better. I and my partners at Shield Medical Group, we are trying to develop a practice which is away from disease. We are trying to promote wellness, and we are trying to engage everybody in this revolution that we need to change our lifestyle, and we need to start moving as body is intended to move. And even at advanced age, we could do more than what we have been doing and to get the full benefits. Further, if you have any more questions or concern, please do not hesitate to call us or write in the comment section. I will answer those questions personally, and I do that once a week. Further, also, please subscribe to our channel. We are on a mission to develop this kind of a practical content or practical advice which we could do, and we have that. And we conduct surveys in our office every week. We talk only about those things which are pertinent to you and what you want us to talk about. Thank you very much.